Secret societies have long captivated the human imagination, operating at the intersection of history, power, and mystery. From ancient initiatory cults to modern elite forums like the Bilderberg Group, these organizations have shaped political revolutions, cultural movements, and economic systems while remaining shrouded in ritual and speculation. This report disentangles fact from fiction, examining the origins, structures, and enduring influence of secret societies. By analyzing historical records, symbolic practices, and contemporary debates, it reveals how these groups have both reflected and redirected the course of human events. Key findings include the Bilderberg Group's role in shaping transatlantic policy, the Freemasons' architectural and philosophical legacy, and the persistent tension between clandestine collaboration and public accountability. Historical evolution of secret societies. Ancient and medieval foundations. Secret societies predate written history, emerging as guardians of esoteric knowledge and social cohesion. Among the Ona people of Tierra del Fuego, male-only initiation rituals conferred tribal authority, blending spiritual rites with communal governance. Similarly, Greco-Roman mystery cults like the Eleusinian Mysteries used secrecy to preserve sacred agricultural law, requiring initiates to swear oaths of silence under penalty of death. These early societies established a template: selective membership, encoded symbolism, and the exchange of privileged information. The medieval period saw secrecy weaponized for political and religious ends. The Hashashin, or assassins, led by Hassan Sabah, combined guerrilla warfare with psychological terror, assassinating Seljuk leaders to advance their Ismaili Shia agenda. Meanwhile, the Knights Templar amassed unprecedented economic power through a banking network that financed crusades, only to be dismantled in 1307 amid accusations of heresy orchestrated by King Philip IV of France. These groups exemplify how secret societies could destabilize empires or become their casualties. The Bilderberg Group, Architecture of Influence. Origins and Cold War context. Established in 1954 at the Hotel de Bilderberg in Oosterbeek, Netherlands, the Bilderberg Group arose from post-war anxieties about transatlantic unity. Co-founder Josef Rettinger, a Polish exile, sought to counteract Soviet influence by fostering elite dialogue between North American and European leaders. Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands, the group's first chairman, secured CIA funding through Walter Bedell Smith, embedding the meeting within Cold War realpolitik. The inaugural conference united 50 delegates from 11 nations, balancing conservative and liberal perspectives to craft a unified Western Front. Structure and secrecy protocols. Bilderberg operates under the Chatham House rule, permitting participants to share discussions externally but prohibiting attribution. This confidentiality aims to encourage candid debate among its 120 to 150 annual attendees, who include heads of state, CEOs, and academic luminaries. A steering committee, historically led by figures like Etienne d'Avignon, curates invitations to maintain a 2-against-1 European-North American ratio while excluding media coverage. Critics argue this opacity fuels conspiracy theories, though proponents contend it prevents partisan grandstanding. Agenda and contemporary relevance. The 2024 Madrid meeting agenda underscores Bilderberg's evolving priorities: AI safety, climate policy, and geopolitical shifts in Ukraine and the Middle East. Historically, the group has incubated policies like the European single market and NATO expansion, with former chairman Dennis Healey acknowledging its role in promoting free market Western capitalism. While no formal resolutions emerge, the network effect is undeniable. Attendees like Angela Merkel and Jens Stoltenberg have later implemented consensus ideas in their official capacities. Comparative analysis of notable secret societies. Freemasons, builders of modernity. Emerging from medieval stonemason guilds, Freemasons systematized Enlightenment ideals through rituals and symbols. The square and compass emblem, representing moral and intellectual balance, adorned documents like the U.S. Constitution, drafted by Masonic members including Benjamin Franklin. Lodges served as proto-democratic spaces where artisans and aristocrats debated equality, a radical notion in 18th century Europe. However, their influence sparked backlash, with the anti-Masonic Party of 1828 becoming America's first third party. The Illuminati: Myth versus Reality. Founded in 1776 by Adam Weishaupt, the Bavarian Illuminati sought to counter religious and state oppression through rationalist education. Despite lasting only a decade before suppression, their legacy ballooned in conspiracy law, erroneously tied to the French Revolution and modern global crises. Dan Brown's Angels and Demons perpetuates this mythos, though historical records show the group's actual impact was negligible beyond Bavaria. Skull and Bones Elite Networks. Yale University's Skull and Bones, established in 1832, epitomizes hereditary privilege. Members like George H.W. Bush and John Kerry inherited access to its tomb-like headquarters, where initiation rites reportedly involve confessing sexual histories. While its political clout is overstated, no evidence links it to CIA operations. The Society's alumni network exemplifies how elite fraternities perpetuate institutional power. Symbolism and ritual, decoding hidden languages. Esoteric imagery. Secret societies employ symbolism to convey layered meanings. The all-seeing eye, adopted by both Freemasons and the Great Seal of the United States, symbolizes divine oversight and enlightenment. Yet conspiracy theorists misappropriate it as proof of a new world order. Similarly, the Bilderberg Group's logo, a stylized bee encircling globes, fuels allegations of globalist domination despite representing its transatlantic scope. Initiation rites. Rituals bond members through shared ordeal. Masonic candidates undergo blindfolded journeys to emulate spiritual seeking, while the Hashashin required assassins to ingest hashish before missions, blurting the line between sacrament and brainwashing. Modern groups like the Clampers, a 19th-century Californian fraternity, used absurdist ceremonies like baptizing members in whiskey barrels to mock establishment pretensions. Conspiracy theories and public perception. Origins of distrust. Secrecy inherently breeds suspicion. The Bilderberg Group's avoidance of press scrutiny after 1954 meetings led to theories ranging from Marxist critiques of capitalist collusion to far-right claims of Zionist plots. Likewise, the Illuminati's dissolution failed to quell paranoia. John Roberson's 1797 proofs of a conspiracy falsely tied them to the French Reign of Terror, a narrative resurrected in QAnon lore. Media amplification. Sensationalism sustains myths. The 2003 book Bilderberg, The Ultimate Conspiracy, alleged the group engineered the Iraq War, despite no attendees holding executive power at the time. Similarly, films like Eyes Wide Shut eroticize secret society rituals, conflating Hollywood fantasy with historical fact. Impact and legacy, from shadows to systems. Political and economic influence. Secret societies have catalyzed systemic change. Freemasonic ideals of meritocracy informed the American and French revolutions, while Bolshevik cells orchestrated the 1917 Russian Revolution through clandestine coordination. The Bilderberg Group's advocacy for European integration laid groundwork for the EU, demonstrating how closed-door consensus can shape open societies. Cultural permeation. From Dan Brown novels to Assassin's Creed games, secret societies dominate popular culture, reflecting societal anxieties about unchecked power. The 1950s Taft sex cult and Disneyland's outlawed fan clubs show how even frivolous secrecy can disrupt social norms. Conclusion: secrecy in the age of transparency. Secret societies endure because they fulfill a human need for belonging and agency. However, their lack of accountability risks undermining democratic principles. The Bilderberg Group's 2024 focus on AI and climate change highlights urgent global challenges, yet its exclusion of public discourse remains contentious. Moving forward, balancing discreet diplomacy with transparency may mitigate conspiracy theories while preserving the collaborative potential these groups uniquely offer. As history shows, secrecy can either safeguard progress or perpetuate inequality. The choice lies with those behind closed doors.